Hello everybody, this is me once again, and today was sunny again, thankfully, and I thought I should take advantage of the sun and make a video and talk about something that I have been planning to talk about for quite a long time now. I have been doing homeschooling or unschooling for almost 6 years now, and this was an incredibly beautiful journey, and it had its ups and downs. With the passage of time, I've learned quite a lot of things that I thought would be helpful for other people to know. That's the reason I'm making this video. So let's start it, and I'll go like 1, 2, 3, and the number one is the purpose. What is the purpose of homeschooling? As I got to know about a lot of people, I met a lot of people in my city, Lahore, and also got in contact with people in Karachi, Islamabad, and Pindi mostly, where they're homeschooling their kids. And I got to know that there are different reasons for people to homeschool their children. The number one reason is that they are not satisfied with the current education system of our country, and now the parents have realized that this is a business model. This is not really the education-centered model where their main purpose is to focus on their children's well-being and nurturing his personality or something like that. It's just a rat race. So most of the people have become more aware of this phenomena, and that's the reason they are turning towards homeschooling, because that's the only option left. If they don't want to go with the system, they have to go without a system. There are some people who are doing it for religious reasons, because they think that the education or the environment they are getting in the schools is much westernized. It has a lot of Western influence, so they want to cut those ties from schools and establish the kind of system, the kind of environment that they think is feasible for their children, so they are doing it. Yes, there are two main purposes that I've seen, and if I talk about myself, I would agree both the point of views, and the purpose. Like everybody who is not satisfied with school and who is thinking about homeschooling, there must be a reason behind it why he is thinking about this option. Okay, so everybody is having purpose in mind, and every homeschool is different, because every family is different, every homeschool is different. So the way I am homeschooling, maybe my next door neighbor might not be homeschooling the same way. So every homeschool is different. Like their purpose is different, their way of homeschooling children is different, and I have seen quite a lot of ways that people are homeschooling. Some people are totally unschooling their children, like their children are able to do whatever they want to do, whenever they want to study, and whatever pace they have chosen for themselves. They are completely given the freedom to choose and learn according to their aptitude. And also the children, what the parents are doing, they're not teaching them, they are facilitating. They are giving them the environment, the opportunities to learn from nature, from their environment, and other people. This is one of the wonderful ways of unschooling. This is pure unschooling. And there are some people who are homeschooling in a way that they have brought the school from the school classroom to the home. They are more into developing a classroom in their homes, and they are more into what kind of stationery I need to buy, what kind of books I need to buy, what kind of class curriculum I should get for my children, and they are more into that way. This is also okay. There is nothing wrong with it. That is perfectly fine again. And this was basically the purpose and the kinds of homeschools. And let's talk about the question that mostly people ask when it's about homeschooling. There are some things, there are some words that I have been listening to all the time. Socialization, like your child will be shy. He won't be able to interact with other people. He won't be able to socialize. He'll be left introvert, and some psychological problem he might develop in his brain because he's not going to the school. Well, to be honest, when I started my homeschooling journey, I was very scared. I was very skeptical in the beginning, and I was scared because I was taking a chance. I was taking a risk, and that risk was nothing but my own child. So I was very scared about this thing, and I asked my husband, and he was like, you just do whatever you want to do. If you think this is what you can do and this is what you think is right for her, just go ahead with it. When I heard this narrative from him, I was even more scared because he was not taking the responsibility with me. So I was the only one who decided it, and they just supported me. They're just like, if you think this can be done, just go ahead, do it. And but my parents were a bit scared too, and they tried to stop me. Not in the beginning, but when they got to hear the questions from other people, the criticism from other people, they were scared. They used to tell me that, why don't you put her back in school? She's wasting her time, and this and that. In the beginning, then in the middle of this process. But now I have seen a change that my mother, because most of the time my elder daughter, she likes to stay there with my mother, and she goes there wherever my mother goes. She goes with her, and people ask her in which class she studies, which school she goes to. So she used to be very disturbed with these questions earlier, because she had to explain everything, what is homeschooling and why her mother is homeschooling. But now she is like this. She's in front of you. Ask her any questions you want to, and tell me how she's different from the other school-going children. She's okay, she's fine. And now my parents got confidence over this procedure, and my husband has confidence on me, because after these 5-6 years, everything is normal. I'm not saying because she's been unschooled or homeschooled she's an exceptional child. She's an average child. She's growing up all fine. She can talk to anybody. She can not only talk to the people of her own age and socialize with them, she can talk to anybody who is elder than her, and she knows how to get her point across. I think that's all what I needed from her. That's all what is included in her growth. So that was about socialization. One of my friend I know, she was my inspiration in the beginning, and when I was very edgy, she was the one who put me and my doubts on ease. And she is the most chill person I know about homeschooling and unschooling, and she believes that socializing is not something that she wants for her children in the early years of development, because she thinks that the friends of her children can come from different backgrounds and can instill different kind of thoughts and ideas into the early or the childish brain of their children. So she's not into socialization very much. So I think people are scared about it. It's not a big deal. It's not a big issue as we have made it. Number 3 is curriculum. What kind of curriculum should we be using? Because now people have started becoming more familiarized with this idea of homeschooling, they've started asking me, okay, which class she goes to, like which class of books she reads. I tell them that nothing. We don't have a class. That's the best part. We don't have a class. We just, when I was doing masters in English, I used to make her sit with me and read my master's books when she was only 6 or 7 years old. And she still reads those books, my master books and master's books, and we read columns and we read newspapers, and we learn from everything, from everywhere. Every day we have different questions in our minds, and we go ahead, both of us go ahead and try to find out the answers to those questions. We learn and we share, and I think I am learning a lot by teaching her. Everything that I learned in school didn't make any sense, didn't make much sense to me. But when I'm learning it with her, this is like a revelation for me. I am making circles now. I'm making designs, patterns. Mathematics has never been so exciting and so wonderful a subject for me as it is now. I have learned a lot from her. I mean, more than I could be her teacher, she is my teacher. The questions she asks, the kind of ideas she comes up with, this is incredible. I love it. I love this journey because we have such a beautiful bond over learning and over understanding the kind of concepts in our world around us. This is amazing. I mean, I cannot really describe the amazingness about it. Is it allowed? The fourth point is it allowed in Pakistan? Obviously, guys, it's allowed. You can study and can go, if you want to go about the O-levels curriculum, through O-levels route, you can get them enrolled privately for class 5th exams, then class 8th exams, then you can go to O in A-levels exams. That is perfectly fine. There's nothing wrong with it. And the same goes with matriculation. This is allowed. This is allowed. There is no doubt about it. And point number 5 is, what is the cost? The cost is nothing. There is no cost of homeschooling or unschooling. Keeping your children at home, just feeding them and answering their questions, there is no cost to it. Some people, yes, they contact me and they want to know that what kind of stationery they should be having, what kind of books they should be buying, and they want to buy expensive books. They want to go and buy, even make the whole library in their own houses. I don't think that's necessary. If you want books, you can go enroll in a local library of yours, like we have here in Model Town Library. You can go there. You can have some books. My childhood books are still with me, and we read them, we study them. Sometimes we read online. And there is no fancy way of doing homeschooling or unschooling. There is no fancy way. We don't need to. It doesn't mean that if we are paying like $45,000 worth of fee at school, and when we want to pull the child back, we want to buy $50,000 worth of things for the child. No, this is not necessary. What is more necessary is that you have memories, you have developed memories and different experiences with your child. And this is the most important thing, that what I believe. Can they go to college? Obviously, if they pass their O levels and A levels, and if they have done their matriculation, they can definitely go to college. Any college will accept them. This is fine. Can they succeed in life? Yes, they can. Because now the kind of careers we're going to have are going to be those which are being developed individually, like creativity, like thinking outside the box. Now we don't need the industrialized kind of models, the same batches. Those people are getting unsuccessful when they're coming out of schools. Now, I'm not generalizing those people who are going to schools. That's what I'm saying, that it is more in demand that people are thinking diversely, globally, more creatively, and they are finding the solutions to the problems that we're facing because of the mistakes that we have done in the past. So yes, those I think were the questions, mostly asked questions, frequently asked questions, and I tried to make a small video to make sure that I could address small points and the things that I've learned over the years. And this is what I've learned. This is a simple thing. There is nothing so fancy, so complicated about it. The next video I'll be making about why I started homeschooling and how to deal with the criticism. Because there is a lot of criticism, shattering criticisms. A lot of people I know, they call me, they ask about everything, about homeschooling, but the only thing they can't do is handle the criticism. So the most important and the biggest challenge in homeschooling is, even now, after many years, is criticism. So you should know how to deal with it. All right, take care, have fun. Bye bye. Ciao, ciao.